In this video, we're going to be solving inequalities by first combining like terms and then solving for the variable. When we're done, we'll graph our solutions. In this first example, we have 6 minus 9 plus u is less than negative 2. So we'll be combining our 6 and our minus 9. And that's going to give us a negative 3. So we have negative 3 plus u is less than negative 2. To get rid of the negative 3, we want to do the opposite of a negative 3, which is a positive 3. So we do that to both sides. And negative 3 plus 3 is 0. So we have u is less than 1. When we graph that, we're going to have an open circle at the number 1, and our arrow is going to point to the smaller numbers because u is smaller than 1. For letter B, we're going to be combining our 4c and our negative 3c. So here we have 12 is less than or equal to 4 minus 3 is 1, so 1c plus 10. Well, how are we going to get rid of a plus 10? Now we're going to minus 10 to both sides because 10 minus 10 is 0. 12 minus 10 is 2, so 2 is less than or equal to c. When we graph that, we need to think about what exactly is it telling us. 2 is less than or equal to c. So that means that 2 is going to be smaller than any other value. So it is the smallest value. So here we'll create our circle at 2 and we'll fill it in because it says less than or equal to. And we're going to point to the bigger numbers because 2 is smaller than anything else. Because our variable is on the right, because that's on the right, our c is on the right, our arrow will point opposite of whatever our symbol is pointing. Let's try one more problem here. So here for C we have 15 minus 0.7p plus 8p is greater than 15 minus 2. So we can combine our negative 7p and the 8p, and that's going to give us 15 plus 7.3p is greater than, but we also can combine our 15 minus 2. And 15 minus 2 is 13. So here we have a couple different things we need to do. We need to get rid of our 15 because we want to take care of our addition and subtraction steps first. So we're subtract 15 from both sides because 15 minus 15 is 0. So now we have 7.3p is greater than negative 2. Then we're going to divide, let's use a different color. We're going to divide both sides by 7.3 because right now that 7.3 is timesing our p. So 7.3 divided by 7.3 is 1. So we have 1p is greater than, when we plug this in we get a long decimal. So we're just going to use negative 0.274. And we don't usually write the 1 in front of the p, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take that away. So we have p is greater than negative 0.274. And we don't have to leave that as a fraction because we already had a decimal that we were working with. So when we graph this, our numbers are still going to be whole numbers, just that first number won't. Where our circle's going to go. So 0 is bigger than that, and 1, and -1, and -2. So we're going to have an open circle because it's strictly greater than at -0.274. And then we want all the numbers that are bigger than that. So we're going to point towards all the numbers that are bigger than that. Now part C was a little bit more challenging, but it's still doable.